this here. When Blue Apron delivers stuff, they actually send 3 meals at a time, at least in my plan to do. And this is like my favorite day of the week, because I get to open this thing and we'll look inside here, and you'll see their nice little packaging that tells you stuff about them. Here are the recipes and a little couple of extra things to look at here in a bit. And then within that, you have several layers here. So I'm pulling out the arugula, the scallions.
Okay, so we just got our box, and there's 1 of 3 meals that I'm gonna be cooking. And tonight we're doing spice rub pork, and it's gonna be great. Now, when you're working with food, always wash your hands, just cause, like, why not? I'm Toby Kvalvik, otherwise known as Toby Kenobi, and I'll be showing you through. And this is my hired help. It's so hard to get good help these days that my dad is actually my cameraman, and he's on dish duty because those who clean are not those who cook, and vice versa. Alright, so we need cilantro, our knickknacks, which I'll talk about in a second, and our pork cut. Okay, dry goods, we need onion, garlic, black beans, word. Okay, so, first thing it says to do, preheat our oven to 475. Alright, boom. Step 2, wash and dry fresh produce. Done. So the next step is step 3. It wants us to have the onion so we can dice half of it and slice half of it. Now it wants like 1 1/4 inch thick slices. Use your best judgment. So the reason I started using Blue Apron is I had this really rare brain event that is most commonly known as a stroke, but it was started by some rare blood disorder thing, and I was in a coma for a week and a half, and then I was in recovery and stuff, and I had to learn how to walk again and stuff like that. Now I've been using these for quite a while, and I keep doing all these incredible meals, and cooking really brought me back in a way, and I'm learning more than I knew, and all of that's been amazing and great. And today you will see that. And what that should look like, diced, sliced. Alright, so now we're gonna peel and roughly chop 2 cloves of garlic. Done. Okay, so our next step is to drain and rinse our black beans. These came in the box as well. Done. So the next part is the cilantro. Cilantro is amazing, so... Done. So now our prep is done, and we're on to step number 2, which is sear the pork. So line a sheet pan with aluminum foil, which we have done. So the next step is making sure that our pork loin has been patted dry. Done. Next thing we got is our knickknacks. The only thing they really expect you to have is salt and pepper. So in our knickknacks bag, you have crazy things that you might have never seen before. Alright, this is apple cider vinegar. Awesome. Some white brown sugar. The pork mix and honey, and your nutritional factoids, which is totally cool. Okay, so the next step, we've opened our knickknacks. We're going to use the spice blend and a little salt and pepper. Season on all sides. I'm using a bowl so I can reuse this same seasoning once it's on. Okay, now salt and pepper, which I just happen to have, which is pretty cool. Alright, so now it says heat a high-sided pan up till about medium hot with a good bit of olive oil, and kaboom. Okay, so now we're taking our perfectly seared specimen, placing it on the sheet pan. If you've seen the word fond and you don't know what it is, you see that delicious black stuff and all the leftover oil? We're going to use that eventually. And now we're moving on to the very next step in the process, which is onions. Okay, onions. And kaboom! Rock and roll. Done. Alright, so now that the roast is in, the next step is caramelize the diced onions. We have our diced onions, we have our butter. It says throw both of those on the stove in a medium pot, and we're about to do that, but you always have to be looking at the next step so you're ready. So we have our half a cup of water and our brown sugar that we're going to put in on the step after that. Alright, ready to rock. Alright, so now we got our onions in, and they're going to be cooking and caramelizing deliciousness for a few minutes, or until they've browned a bit, until they look about right. Okay, so now they're soft and the butter's completely melted and they look and smell great. Now we're going to add half cup of water and then the brown sugar. Done. Okay, so now I've gotten the pan that we used earlier for the actual searing, got the fond left, which I told you about earlier as well. We heated that up, we've heated the garlic up for a little bit until it's browning a bit and you can smell it. And now added the beans and salt and pepper. We're ready to rock. Okay, so the beans are ready. We're putting in 3 things: the honey, the vinegar, and a half cup of water. We're gonna get all of that awesome fond.
Oh, roast is done.
Alright, so our beans are done, our onions are caramelized, and now my timer just went off. Let's see what she looks like. Alright, that looks great. Kaboom. Alright, so next step we need our cilantro. This is right before plating. And so we're taking these caramelized awesomeness onions, throwing them into the beans. And this is going to become the base of our plate. So, quarter of your cilantro in that. We're plating the dish. We're going to try to make it as pretty as possible. So now that we have our plates somewhat set for the protein, we're going to grab our protein off of the hot pan and slice it. And when it says against the grain, you can usually somewhat see the grain in the meat itself. So against the grain, because we can sort of see the grain right there, we're gonna go against it. So slice this way. Done. Taste it so you know it's so good. Oh my god. Hey, this is Toby Kvalvik from my dope kitchen, and that was some dope food. I hope you guys had fun making it. Anyway, we're gonna play you out with some awesome footage from what our dog actually did to the FedEx, because he's a beast mode chihuahua. He goes ham.
Oh, sorry. He's useless. Don't worry about him. Gatsby! Gatsby, stop. Sorry, brother. Here,